Spider-Boy has arrived and he's taking the comic community by storm. But will he have lasting effects to the comic market? Doesn't matter if your name is Hyman Reyes or Ted Cord. Blue Beetle is hot. Let's see why. Gaming comic books are trending. Want to know why? And new this week, Guardians of the Galaxy returns in a Western? All this, and don't forget, I'm giving away the first appearance of Spider-Boy, Spider-Man issue 7. All this at the poll list. See you later. Excelsior.
What's up, everybody? It's me, Izzy, and welcome to an earlier edition of the Pull List. What's going on, Josh?
Hey, everyone. It's me, Spider-Boy, and I was here all along.
As you can see, Spider-Boy has just showed up here. I don't know what's going on with Josh, man. Last week, he lost his hair. This week, he lost his beard. I'm afraid for him, man. What's going on over there, man?
Hey, like I said, I'm like the reverse Benjamin Button, so stay tuned.
Well, I just want to take a moment to say what's up to the guys in the chat, starting with my homie Dirt, who just became a channel member. I think somebody is interested in a book. So welcome to the group. Also, we got S Vaughn 82. Be sure to hit that like button and all the way you can. Sean also has a show that's going to happen after us at 7:30. So we do have a lot of stuff going on in today's show. I see Comics by the Bay. What's up, Matt? How you doing? All right, let's see who else. We got Dr. Von Hoot's Comet from the Spiral Dimension. Try to say that 5 times fast. Good evening. How you doing? All the way from, I believe, London, England or something like that. All right. The Nate Not So Great has made it to the show. We got Mr. Diamond Tron 64. He's a good old friend of ours. All right. He's saying because he's responding to Evil Comics, looking forward to the show. So also, and I'm really happy to announce that we did get some new channel members. I don't have them here right now at the moment, but there are some new channel members. Close enough. Look at that. We got there close enough. Let me know where you're coming from, Dr. Von Hoop. I want to know. All right. So again, we got a lot to talk about today's show. That's why I decided to start a little earlier, because not only are we going to be doing our trending comic books, we're also going to be doing our new weeklies. But I want to get to what everybody's excited for, right? And that is by this little new kid, Josh. Apparently, your middle name is Bailey. It looks like, I believe it is. What's up, Trev? Trev is saying good afternoon. It's evening where I'm at, so I don't know exactly where Trev's coming from, but it's evening. But how you doing, Trev? What's going on? So, are you Bailey?
Yeah, look, I have, this is me.
Oh, look at, well, is yours like mine? Because mine is a little different.
What's
mine
different
is slightly different. I don't know. Do you see what's a little different about mine? I don't know.
I just see some graffiti from some.
You see some
yeah, Joker named Dan Slott.
I've never seen a tag up like that before, but I also have this nice little thing that goes along with that. For those of you who don't know and have watching the show for the first time, we're doing a giveaway today, and in today's giveaway, it's very interesting how the giveaway is going to work. I got 2 books. I got this one, and I got this one. So let me show you this one here. All right, this is cover A of Spider-Man number 7. This is cover D, what they call the spoiler cover. And what we're doing today is we're going to be giving this away. So we got a nice little duck race that we're going to be doing. Thanks to Brian LCS. How you doing, Brian? Brian was the one that actually gave me the link to this. So I'm happy that he showed up. So thank you so much, Brian. And right now we currently have 40 individuals that are ready for the duck race. And the way this is going to work today is you have 2 choices. Choice number 1. You could be a subscriber, and if you are a subscriber to the YouTube channel, this is the book that you could win. if you are a channel member, and what I mean by channel member is that you join the Izzyverse, then you could win this one. Now I'm gonna make this nice and simple for you guys. I know not everybody wants to do a monthly subscription, but you could go ahead and leave a super chat or super sticker of any kind of any nomination, and it will add you on to win this one right here, the one that everybody's going for about $40 right now. But this one's signed, so this is a little bit more than 40. So if you leave a super chat, you leave something in the super chat, then I will accept that today. If you subscribe, if you become a channel member, then there's more other perks that are gonna go along with that today. So just letting everyone know. Again, I'll make sure this is nice and simple. Everyone qualifies for this one. Everybody qualifies for this one. However, members and those who leave a super chat will qualify for this one. Okay, and if you are a channel member, there are more perks to go along with it. So I want to let everybody know that. So we are going to do the duck race a little later, but like everything else, since we did start a little earlier, let's go ahead and get this show rolling. And as we know how this thing goes, we started off with trending books, Josh. So let's go ahead and talk about those trending books. All right. All right, so we got some trending books. I'm gonna go the other way around. I like it like this a little better. And we got that background music still playing, so let me just turn that thing off. All right, it's a little, even though the background music is not too bad, you know what I'm saying? All right. so Dirts did it for the stickers. He did it all for the stickers. I feel like there's a Limp Bizkit joke coming along. I did it all for the stickers. Yeah, the stickers. Yeah, so you could take that. I don't know. Oh, so coming right in, we got Brian LCS. He left a super chat. Thank you so much, Brian. So that makes you qualify for the Spiderboy book. So cool, awesome. All right, lots of talk here that we got to do, Josh. But this is gonna be a very Blue Beetle, Spiderboy heavy show.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's get this started and talk a little bit about Blue Beetle. So there's not just one Blue Beetle. There's actually 3 Blue Beetles. Am I right by saying that?
Yeah, Jamie Reyes is the 3rd Blue Beetle.
Okay. And then we have Ted Core.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember the name of the first Blue Beetle. Do you remember? Do you happen to know the name of the first Blue Beetle?
I think it's Dan Garrett.
Possibly. I don't know. Not important. The only ones anybody cares about is Ted Core and Jaime Reyes, right? And it's not Jamie, it's Hyman. Before anybody wants to know, it's Hyman Reyes. You got to get that Spanish Hyman in there. All right. So we have a lot of first appearances of Hyman Reyes. Well, not just Hyman Reyes, but we got his first ongoing series with Blue Beetle #1 that came out back in 2006 after the aftermath of Infinite Crisis. I remember when that book came out, Infinite Crisis. We also have Infinite Crisis 5, his first appearance in costume. And if you look directly underneath that one, you have Infinite Crisis issue 3. This is his actual first appearance as Hyman Reyes, right? So talk to me a little bit about the character of Hyman Reyes first, and then we'll talk a little bit about Ted Core.
Yep. So he's a young kid. He's in I believe high school when the series first starts. He received the Scarab. So the Scarab is a piece of alien technology from a group called the Reach that grants whoever holds it powers. But the beetle itself has a mind of its own. It's sentient. So a lot of what he tries to do as a hero is work in conjunction with his Scarab. Ted Cord had the Scarab, but he never used it for its powers. His powers, it was essentially Batman. He just had a lot of money and a lot of inventions. Mm-hmm. So yeah, if you like younger superheroes, if you like somewhat of a new character, this is a good one.
Yeah, and I think in Ted Cord's case, you mentioned more like a Batman. I think he's more like an Iron Man. Mm-hmm. It's probably closer to Iron Man to Batman. He's not as serious. In fact, he's best friends with another character that we're going to be seeing very soon, and that's Booster Gold. which
Yep.
I can't wait to see those two together. I want to see those two together. That, you know, there was I don't know if you ever watched the show what's the Scrubs. You ever watch Scrubs?
Yeah.
And in what was the TV
Turk and
series?
JD.
What was that?
Turk and JD.
Yes, they were always rumored to be Ted Cord and Booster Gold. I can't remember Booster Gold's actual name, though. It escapes me right now. Guys, if you guys know in the chat, let me know what's Booster Gold's actual name. I don't remember off the top of my head, but it turns out that Blue Beetle #1 1986, not his first appearance. This is not his first appearance. He's actually a Silver Age character. In fact, he's actually a Golden Age character, but the Silver Age version of Blue Beetle is the one that people are going to be going a little more looking more for it. Right now, it's not as hot, but I think it's going to get hotter. So if there's a book to spec on, look for the Golden Age or Silver Age Blue Beetle. There's a whole bunch of different types of Blue Beetles. In fact, I think this is the third Blue Beetle. Ted Course the third. There's actually 4. But first one and second one are kind of almost the same guy, kind of like with Superman, where Golden Age Superman and Silver Age Superman are technically the same guy, but it's continuity differences. That's really what it is. Right. Another question that came up was gaming. Right. A lot of video game franchises have been getting a lot of hype lately. In particular, Super Mario Brothers just came out. So I know for you guys, if you saw my reaction video, you know I liked it. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun watching it. It is definitely a kid's movie, but it is nostalgia all the way through, man. Josh, you got to go see it. When are you going to see Super Mario Brothers?
Oh, well, sooner or later.
You gotta go, man. You gotta go. I know those of you that are in the chat that have been watching it. You know that it's worth watching, guys. Definitely go check out Super Mario Brothers. Check out Jack Black's video. He made a music video for Peaches, and if you guys have seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. Peaches. All right. This is going to be an Oscar-winning performance. I'm not kidding, Josh. I am not kidding. That is gonna the front runner for the Oscars. Not a Grammy, Oscars. Okay. Song of the year. Peaches, 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 peaches. It's awesome. Go check it out. Another title that's hot right now is Secret Invasion issue #1. I remember when this came out. I absolutely loved this series. I love everything connected to this series, right? Josh, how familiar are you with the Secret Invasion storyline?
I've read some parts of it, not all the tie-ins. But for me, Secret Invasion is infamous for retconning certain character interactions that happened previously.
Well, the top of the list was Spider-Woman and Elektra. Right? That's the only thing that I'm concerned about when it comes to the TV series. Now, of course, in the TV series and the MCU, they have a tendency of changing the story, but they try to keep like the core of the story. I don't think they're doing that here. I think they want to keep it as more of a mystery, but it's more of a Nick Fury story, where in the comic book, it really wasn't about Nick Fury at all. Nick Fury wasn't involved in the process in Secret Invasion storyline. Instead, it was more of an Avengers storyline. And there was this level of paranoia that came along with it, because we honestly had no idea who was going to be a Skrull. Yeah. And I think we kind of missed the boat on with it now. I think Secret Invasions had the ability of being a movie rather than a TV series. What's your thoughts?
Oh, 100% agree. I think I'd like to compare it to Civil War, where Civil War in the comics was this event that had hundreds of characters involved in it, whereas the movie Civil War had 12. So I think something similar might be happening here, where it's the same concept, right? Like there's Skrulls and you don't know who they are, but it's at a much smaller scale. There was a recent Secret Invasion miniseries that came out. I think the story is going to align much closer to that.
Yeah, and honestly, where the Civil War movie, the Captain America Civil War movie, I think it had more of the thread from the comic book series. Yeah, I agree with you. There was so much going on in the Civil War comic book that you couldn't do it like Spider-Man, revealed himself to be Peter Parker. and everything else that happened, Penance, I know, Speedball and all that stuff. And they took some of those elements, right? They used Sokovia as the school instead, right? So in the comic book, it was the school that blew up, and it was pretty much Speedball's fault. Therefore, that's where we get Penance, which a lot of people were not happy about that. But the reality of it, you saw that in the movie, translated in the movie a little better. I don't think Secret Invasion is going to be that same type of translation. I think Secret Invasion, again, we missed it. We had an opportunity to turn all these characters into Skrulls. A perfect character would have been Black Widow. Like Black Widow would have like turned her into a Skrull, and it was like, oh, that's the one that jumped over. You know what I mean? So that kind of idea, I think, would have been cooler to me if they would have done it that way. They chose not to, and that's the only thing I'm concerned about when it comes to this TV series.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I get. That's all I get from Josh. I just get, yeah.
We gotta watch it. We don't know.
All right.
I'll add one more thing is that the when Secret Invasion was coming out, there were ads in the books for Secret Invasion. There were like these super creepy photoshopped images of kids who were Skrulls.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, so if you've got books from that era, take a look and remind yourself of what it felt like.
A good friend of the channel, Gary. What's going on here? I can't. There we go. There we go. Gary, good afternoon. Again, another good afternoon. We're in evening over here. Good evening, Gary. How you doing, my man? I was a guest on his show was it a week ago or something like that? It feels a while now. Thanks for coming by. All right, let's talk about a book that I personally love. I actually love the translation of this book into a movie. And that is DC's The New Frontier. Now, the reason why this book is now gaining some momentum is because the James Gunn effect, we'll call it, right? That's what it's being called, right? The James Gunn effect. The James Gunn effect pretty much tells us that if James Gunn says it, it becomes a thing. And everybody goes crazy. And it would appear that they're going to utilize this book kind of the same way as Marvel did when it came to some of the titles. So New Frontier is going to be one of those books that's going to be that's going to inspire the DC universe moving forward. So what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad idea because, the New Frontier is an example of something that, it was an animated film, right? Mm-hmm. And DC, their animation department does so much better compared to live action. So it makes sense. Like, why not try to take some elements that work from animation and make them into live action?
Yeah. Welcome to the channel, Aurelis, who is a channel member. So welcome to the group. Again, guys, for those of you who just arrived, we are going to do the giveaway later today, but I just want to let everybody know if you are a channel member, you will have the option to get the Spider-Man variant with that one. If you still want this one, you could leave a super chat and they'll give you an opportunity as well to get that book. If not, it'll be this one, which is cover A, which is still a pretty good book. All right. So with New Frontier, before I move forward, it features the artwork of someone who's gone now. Why is his name escaping me?
Tim Sale.
No, Darwin Cook. Darwin Cook. That's who I was thinking. Yes, featured the artwork of Darwin Cook, which is gorgeous. This book is beautiful. And when they translated to animated, they took the elements of his style because he already had a very animated look, and they were able to translate it. So this was the first animated movie that translated the style of the book, and they did a beautiful job. It is, if you have not seen A New Frontier, it's on HBO Max. Go check it out. I promise you it is a good movie. Definitely a good movie. All right. Now, we did talk a little bit about Infinite Crisis, so we're going to move forward to Captain America issue 310. This book was in the list before, and it's back. And it's pretty much just because there's talks about Diamondback being in Captain America New World Order. That's really the main reason why this book is back. It is going for a high value of $12. It's a fair book. I don't think it's that important. It is a key because it is the first appearance of the Serpent Society. How do you feel about the Serpent Society? What's your take on the Serpent Society?
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to theme your villains after an animal, you might as well pick the snakes. But I do feel like Marvel's running out of villains. They keep killing them off, and we're not kind of reaching into B tier territory.
But isn't that kind of what we're going through with the superheroes too?
Yeah, but the A-list heroes are still getting movies. That's because those heroes don't die off, except for like Iron Man.
Yeah.
The villains
Or get old.
The villains are just gone forever, or until they figure something out.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Next book is a book that a lot of people didn't see coming, and a lot of people don't know about this book. This book came out back in 2018. It's called Hellacious, right? It is a mini series about the devil's granddaughter, which that already is weird to me. All right. And by the way, we got another. There we go. We got a $5 chat from our boy Gary B, the casual guy. Good luck. All serpents has roots in Conan and cult. Thank you for sharing that. That's good to know. I like that. So Gary knows his stuff, man. He loves his Conan. So awesome. Where was it? Hellacious. So Hellacious is the devil's granddaughter who seeks to claim the soul of a living rock star to be her playmate. Now this has been optioned for a TV series on TBS, no less.
Wow.
And it's supposed to star and be produced by Anthony Kiedis of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And he's supposed to be the rock star. So I have no idea what to expect from this. I'll be honest. I have no idea what to expect from this.
All right.
Apparently, Trev likes the idea. He's down. That sounds dope as hell. So who knows what to say? I got nothing. I got to see it. It sounds to me like it's gonna be a fun comedy. That's all it sounds like. All right, moving on. Another book that's out of obscurity is Destiny NY. Now, I've actually seen this book a couple of times when we do our poll list. I've seen this book a few times. It never really grabs my attention from Black Mask Comics. And apparently this book has been optioned as well. So it's been optioned by Tegan and Sarah. They're a musical group that I really don't know who they are. Do you know anything about Tegan and Sarah?
I think I've seen one of their shows like on YouTube. Yeah, they're like a duet. They do like a lot of comedy music, I believe.
Yeah. Okay. So, hey, if they option, I'm cool with that. I'm willing to check it out. See what's going on with that book. All right. Let's move on, and we're going to continue with a book that has been missing for a while, but it's now back, and there's a good reason why it's back, and that's Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man issue 98. This features the first appearance of one of the greatest villains never really utilized properly, and that is the Spot. Talk to me about the Spot, Josh, and why is the Spot so important?
Well, I disagree. The Spot was in Mark Waid's Daredevil run, and he had a really good fight with Daredevil. So
okay, so that's one story.
Yeah, no, the Spot is amazing to draw and look at just because you can do all kinds of crazy things with him. But we could definitely use more Spot.
And we're gonna get more Spot.
Yeah.
He's going to be in Spider-Verse. He's actually one of the villains of Spider-Verse. Apparently, he's going to be one of the interdimensional villains. He's part of the reason why there's such he's going to most likely be a friction in the movie. And he's scheduled to actually be in both movies. So some people don't know that there's actually a sequel to the next one. So there's Into the Spider-Verse, and then we're going to have another Spider-Verse. I believe it's called Beyond the Spider-Verse, and it's going to be voiced by Jason Schwartzman. So he's going to be played for laughs, which I think makes sense. And the one clip that we've seen in the trailer shows that he's going to be made for laughs. So I'm excited to see the Spot. That's one of those movies I'm really excited to see, so I can't wait to see it. So that's all I got to say about that. Moving on to Flash 139. This came out back in 1963, guys. This features the first appearance and origin of Professor Zoom, otherwise known as the Reverse Flash. Talk to me about Reverse Flash, Josh.
Reverse Flash is kind of crazy, man. He's one of those villains that you can't get rid of because he has a link with the Speed Force. Just like people complain that the Flashes, they just keep dying, coming back. Same kind of goes with Professor Zoom. You can't get rid of him, but he's from the future. If you saw the Flash TV show that came out, he was a huge part of that. So I like Professor Zoom. He's good.
Oh, I like Professor Zoom, and when done right, he could be really menacing. So
Yep.
there's a possibility that he could be involved in the Flash movie. I personally would like to see that over a Dark Flash. I would prefer a Reverse Flash. I'll be honest. And if you've seen any of the trailers, you'll notice that the two Barrys that are there, one of them is wearing yellow. So that is a clue to some people. So we'll see what happens. All right. So we have that one. We have a repeat offender, and that's Star Wars Dr. Aphra 19 features the first cover appearance of Bo-Katan. Did you catch this week's episode? I caught it.
Yes, I did.
What do you think about our cameos?
There was a lot going on with the cameo. By far, my favorite was Christopher Lloyd. That was just.
Anything with Christopher Lloyd is perfect. I love Christopher Lloyd, and Jack Black is making some money, isn't he? He's Black, everywhere.
It's like, wait a minute, hasn't he been in Star Wars already? But this was his first appearance. So, no, it was good. It was good. And then we have this potentially iconic scene with Bo-Katan. Spoilers, grabbing the Darksaber at the end. So
yes, handed the Darksaber.
Whatever, man. I'm not going to argue with that point. Be here all night.
We could be here all night. What's going on, Kev? Kenneth, Bert, how you doing? All right. And I see Geek Out with Roscoe. Welcome to the show, guys. Yeah, it was funny.
Yes.
It was a funny episode. That's pretty much what I can say. I didn't take the episode so seriously. It was funny seeing Lizzo doing the worst acting you've ever seen. But it was nice to see her next to Jack Black, because Jack Black something's going on. I don't know what's going on with his beard, but Gary said it best, man. Peaches, 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 peaches.
So Lizzo's character, you mentioned the acting performance. I kept expecting her to turn into a villain because it seemed like she was off the whole time, and then I realized, no, that's just how she acts.
That's just Lizzo. No, she was gonna turn into a villain. She was gonna take Grogu and be like, "Come, Grogu, to me."
Yeah, something was off, man. That was a surreal scene for sure.
Yes, it was definitely painful to watch her act, as you said. And apparently Roscoe is obsessed with the Peaches song. Yes, and we're not talking about the President of the United States of America's version. So, if you know, you know. Moving to the country, gonna eat a lot of peaches. Moving to the country, gonna eat me a lot of peaches. Okay, Amazing Spider-Man issue 15. Woo, we're going way back here, back into 1964, featuring the first appearance of Kraven the Hunter, and it's actually the first mention of Mary Jane. So, you know how much you love Kraven the Hunter. Talk to me about Kraven the Hunter. How you feel about Kraven?
Oh, man. So, whatever, man. Like, it's Kraven. He hunts. He's dead now. The current Kraven is his son. Like, whatever. Like,
moving to the country, gonna eat me a lot of peaches.
I would rather talk about Mary Jane than Kraven. Yes. That we're at that level.
And apparently, I'm getting I got a Facebook user. I don't know who the Facebook user is, but they love me. I love you too. I don't know what that means. Oh, he's singing the song. Okay, I get it now. Now I get it. Yeah. I love you. I'm telling you, I'm gonna be on this song forever. Go watch the trailer. Go watch. They made an official music video with Jack Black doing it. You gotta see it, guys. I guarantee. If somebody has the link to the music video, please put it in there. Okay. So our next book here is Star Wars: Heir to the Empire. This is a Dark Horse comic. Ah, okay. Now I know who this Facebook user is. I love you too. It doesn't tell me who it is. It just says Facebook user. That's why. And we also got our good channel member, Cole. Welcome to the channel, Cole. All right. 3 good nerds. Last week's winners, they're also here. Good to see you guys. Yeah, the music video is awesome. I'm telling you, man, you got to see this video. Guys, if you got it in the description, please put it in the description. so we could see this video, but you got to see this video anyway. Moving on to Star Wars Heir to the Empire #1. What's the importance of this book, Josh? Because I know you know the answer.
So Heir to the Empire is a storyline set after Episode 6, and it's most notable for featuring Thrawn, Grand Admiral Thrawn, who, if I don't watch trailers, but people sent me stuff. Like anywhere I looked on the internet, like I couldn't turn on a screen, and people were just messaging me stuff about the Ahsoka trailer that just came out. It's turned out that Thrawn is definitely going to be in it. They've casted Lars Mikkelsen,
who actually is the animated Thrawn.
He voiced the animated Thrawn. So the hype is off the charts. Like people who don't even like Star Wars are going nuts over this.
Yes, Grand Admiral, right? It's Grand Admiral.
He's
or
a
general.
Admiral. He's an admiral.
Yeah. He's an admiral. Yes, people are losing their stuff over Thrawn. You know what I mean? And to be honest, to see him live action is going to be exciting because he is probably the next. He's right below, Vader and Palpatine. So you got Vader, Palpatine, and then Thrawn, right? He's above Darth Maul. Would you say that's correct by saying that? Or do you think Darth Maul has a little bit more?
That's tough, man, because Thrawn is not a Sith. If we're just talking,
but he a baddie.
Yeah, if we're just talking about characters that are set in the time period after Return of the Jedi, I think Thrawn is is top one. But when you start comparing him to like prequel characters, you also have like Darth Bane, stuff like that.
Yeah. Thrawn.
Look at
look at this. So Maul is greater than Thrawn. Okay.
So again, if you're my age and you saw Episode 1 in theaters, like Maul with the double
when you were like 2,
that's tough to top. But we've never seen Thrawn in live action. We've only had him in the books, and he was in Rebels. But he's a legendary character. I'm really looking forward to this.
Awesome. All right, so now we're going to go to Marvel Premiere issue number 15. This is the first appearance. Well, it's a technicality. I'm going to say it's a technicality. It's first appearance of Iron Fist Danny Rand. The reason why this is a technicality is that there's also a magazine version of it with Danny Rand. But this is the first cover. I would say this is probably the first cover appearance of Danny Rand, the Iron Fist. There's some word of him returning as well. He's the one character from the Netflix series that they kind of dropped the ball on his character. I feel bad for the actor involved, but it is what it is. So we'll see what happens with it. So there is some talk about Marvel Premiere issue number 15. Our next book is a book that it just came out. This is a hard to find book, and that's Hyperspace Stories. This book was an exclusive at Star Wars Celebration Europe. But what a lot of people don't know about this book, and it's kind of hard to tell by the image here, is that this is a cover done by the great creator of Hellboy himself, Mike Mignola. So do you know anything about this character, Jaxon? Right? Is it Jaxon?
Yeah, he's been in a few stories previously. He might show up in an animated. They're coming out with more Star Wars animation this year, so you might see him again.
Yeah, and they announced today Visions Volume 2, which I saw it and whoa, does it look good. Yep. They even got some claymation from the guy who does Wallace and Gromit. So they're going to be doing something with that. That should be pretty interesting. All right, another gaming book. When we talk about gaming, not so much, we're talking more about tabletop gaming. And we did mention this before when this book was coming out. And that's Dungeons and Dragons, the Saturday Morning Adventures. This is the 1 in 10 variant that came out by Tim Levins. Apparently, people are hunting for this book. I guess the hype is real when it comes to Dungeons and Dragons. I heard a lot of good stuff. I wanted to go see it. I just haven't had a chance to. I'll probably end up catching it on the stream. It's kind of difficult. There's a lot of good movies this month, man. There was a lot of good movies coming out this month. But absolutely, Dungeons and Dragons. If you saw the movie, man, I'm sure you liked it because I heard a lot of people liked it. Yep, Trev liked it. Say D&D was great. All right. Okay, our next book in this list is Tim Drake Robin issue number 7, the 1 in 25 Acuna cover. This one, people are hunting this cover out. They just think he's dreamy.
There's something about it,
There's something about his dreamy, anime eyes. I'm just saying. So I never.
We can't keep having the same Nathan Zerdy and Will Jack and Art Germ covers every week. Let's get some more shirtless men in here.
You said it, not me. You got
Trev.
Trev's in tears. Look at him. He got him in tears now.
Is that tears or is that sweat?
It could be the sweat. All right, and then another little book that came out this week. Look at that little book that's there on this list, which is Spider-Man issue 7. I think I'm going to put this on hold for a minute because we got to talk a little bit about this book. So I'm going to put this one on hold because we got a lot to talk about when it comes to Spider-Boy, right? But it is one of the trending books. Of course, it's one of the it is the number one trending book. I don't care what anybody says, right? and look at that. That's juices. Peaches, guys, peaches. Let's go with the hot 10, right? Because the hot 10 list is another one that came out this week. And we have Poison Ivy 11, the Seth MacFarlane 1 in 50 foil variant. Now, what you're seeing right now is actually not the foil variant. It's just the regular cover, but it's a foil of this cover. This book is demanding in some places $100 because it looks like art. That's it.
Like
it looks like art. It looks like the kind of stuff that you would go to a museum. Because I'm sorry, all these other ones you can't really see in a museum that way. It depends on the museum. But I could see this image in MoMA.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
I understand now. Yeah.
You understand what I'm trying to say? It looks like fine art. That's the word I'm trying to use. Right? It's a fine art piece, Poison Ivy in a landscape landscape image. So there's a foil cover of this book. It is demanding $100 because it's just her in the fields.
Very cool.
And there's some tantric music playing in the background. Sail away, sail away, sail away. That kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Look, see, Dr. Von, he passed right by in the museum too. You see, I'm not kidding. All right. Speaking about museum books, look at that Tim Drake, guys.
Yeah, he belongs in a museum.
What was that?
He belongs in a museum, you say?
I bet you some people want that book in the museum. I'm curious to see who's buying this one. You know what I mean? But talking about fun books, Sonic the Hedgehog, the 5th anniversary, #1, the Jonathan Gray 1 in 50 variant. This book is demanding $125. How do you feel about Sonic? You think Sonic, he's not doing too good with Super Mario getting all the love these days?
Yeah, I'm just not into Sonic. The last time I really got into Sonic was with the Sega Genesis game. So, I know that he's had like multiple movies and video games and comics and shows, and I don't know, he just runs fast. Like, what's the deal?
So does Flash, and people love him.
Yeah, but like Flash,
and he collects coins. No, he collects rings.
Yes,
he's a ring collector.
Yeah,
he's a ring collector, and sometimes what always drove me crazy about Sonic when I would play him is I collect all these rings, and then I bop into something or I hit somebody, and all the rings just fly out.
Yeah, you run into like a bug and you die.
It's like he has them in his pocket, and they just fell off his pocket. I don't get that. How does they fall off his pocket? And then how big is his pocket? Are his pockets for him to carry so many coins? Because they're big rings.
You could say that about Mario too.
You could say, but Mario never loses his coins.
Yeah, he just loses his life.
He gets smaller, don't you get? He like or he falls off when he hits. Falls off.
So the coins don't make you bigger. The fire flower makes you.
What's
bigger.
going on, Steven? What was that?
The mushroom makes you bigger, and the fire flower make you bigger. But the coins give you an extra life if you get 100 of them.
Okay, I'll accept that. That's good. All right, moving on. Jabba's Palace #1, the Ryan Brown 1 in 100 virgin variant. That is talking about a lot of money. This one's going for up to $175. That's a whole lot of Jabba.
I mean, you had to be pretty brave to order 100 copies of this, I think. But
You gotta have your love for Jabba.
yeah. It was okay. It was not a bad book. It was all
It
right.
wasn't a bad book. You like it?
It was. There's another Java one shot that I have that was better, so that was kind of comparing it to that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not a bad book.
Not a bad book. Okay, I'll take your word for it. Moving on, we got Star Wars Heir to the Empire. We talked about that book earlier. We talked about Infinite Crisis as well. That's also on this list here. Infinite Crisis issue number 5, the Jim Lee cover. This features the first appearance of Jaime Reyes. Just to let you know, there's also a George Perez cover. And this one's the one everybody wants because you got Jaime Reyes, Blue Beetle in the cover. It's a beautiful Jim Lee cover. I actually have this cover signed by Jim Lee, so I'm excited to take that out one day to show it to you guys. So that's good there. And then issue 4 and not issue 4, but 4 and 3 are both canon. The last pad one, issue 1 is is 4. And issue number 6 is number 1, which is we talked a little bit about these. These feature some first appearances. Am I right?
Yeah. So 1 is going to be the first appearance of Kanan, who was in Rebels, and then 6 is going to feature a lot of first appearances from the characters he's with in Rebels, like Sabine and Ezra and Hera and them.
Mm-hmm. All right, and then finally we have Blue Beetle number 1. This was the one we talked about earlier. The third printing of this book is asking for $250 in the 9.8. Third printing. That's not even sloppy seconds.
But that's why people buy these other printings.
Now, nobody wanted second and third printings. That's like you couldn't get the first one. Ha ha ha. You're gonna get this lesser known book. But now everybody's like, oh, get the lesser known because there's less printed. And that's what it boils down to. Will we see that with the book that's number 1 on this list? Will you see will there be a third printing of Spider-Man number 7?
Yeah, of course.
You think so?
If it's going for $40, that means people want it. And
now, what would the third printing look like?
I don't know, man. They'll drag Neil Adams out of his grave. I don't know.
Well, I think the third printing is going to be a black and white cover. That's what I think it's going to end up being.
Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
All right, that's my again. I have nothing here to tell you otherwise. That's my hunch. Okay, guys, and I have a pretty good hunch.
They could also do a Disney variant where this is Goofy running up the wall.
No, Goofy's kid.
Goofy's kid. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, child version. Or just have one of like Huey, Dewey, or Louie. We don't really care which one. In fact, all 3 of them should be in it, and they're all running, and they're all Spider-Boy. Because no one remembers who they are. Or better yet, if you want a character that nobody remembers, why don't you take the kids from the Mickey Mouse one? Mm-hmm. You know how Mickey Mouse, Max is his name. Look, there you go. He got it, Max. Yes, the Mickey. But you remember, Mickey had these 3 boys too. No one remembers them.
No, I definitely don't.
Exactly, and that's who should be Spider-Boy.
So were they Mickey's children? Like, did he have illegitimate children?
No one knows these kids.
All right.
Why is he Uncle Donald? But is he really their uncle?
Yeah, who's the father? And then Scrooge is what, their grandpa?
No, Scrooge is their uncle too. He's Uncle Scrooge. And here's the other thing. Here's the other thing. If you do the TV series, they already said who's the mother.
Okay.
So in the DuckTales show, the mother does exist. There is a mother, but no one knows who's. I don't know. Disney. Okay, those are your CBS Eye top 10. Let's go over cover price. Who came out today? Cover price. They came out today. A lot of the books are repeat offenders of what we talked about, but what we have here is we have Star Wars: The Force Awakens, the adaptation book, number 1. This features the first cover of Rey, who we now know is going to get her own movie. I guess it's episode.
Trilogy.
Yeah, it's supposed to be episode 10, 11, 12.
I don't know if they'll call it that, but
why not?
Well, who knows what they're gonna do? Because episodes 1 through 9 is supposed to be the.
I don't think they know what they're gonna do.
Well, I guess she's a Skywalker now. At the end of the movie, she says, "I'm Rey Skywalker." So yeah, sure. Let's call them 10 through 12. Why not?
Okay. So here's what's gonna happen. There's gonna be a new villain who's gonna rise from the new, what they call the New Order, right? That was the New Order,
From
the First Order.
The First
So,
Order. Yeah.
so this is gonna be what's their name gonna be? They're gonna be the Premier League. All right, they're gonna come out. It's gonna be called the Premier League. They're gonna be led by the child of I don't know, Lando's kid, right? And his name is gonna be Darth Igius.
I can't. That's a real. I'm pretty sure that's a real Darth in one of the books.
Okay, Darth Igius. I'm just making, and we're gonna have the return of the Ewoks.
Yeah, I can't talk about this right now. I'm not mentally in a spot where I can discuss.
All right, so we'll see what happens there. I'm excited for her, but I think yes, there we go. It's gonna be called the New World Order. Yes, NWO.
It might as well.
The Sith Lord's gonna come out with like Jimi Hendrix music, like just do his lightning bolts and stuff like that. All right. We now have issue number 9 is Star Wars Heir to the Empire, first appearance of Thrawn. Issue 8, the Dan Mora regular cover of Action Comics 1051. That's a little that kind of is a little weird. It's weird because it's flip-flop here. So the image you have has it at number 6, but it has it at number 8 over here. That's a little weird. Oh well, who cares? Infinite Crisis, they put the George Perez cover as the one that's here, and the Jim Lee cover is also there. Issue 3. Look at what's number 5. People have been hunting for Spider-Boy number 1.
I mean, hey, this is probably like when Batman Spawn came out. I'm sure people started looking for the older Batman Spawns.
But I said this. I said this week. I posted it on IG, and I said I don't know what everybody's going crazy looking for Spider-Boy. I've had mine since 1998, and that's when this book came out back in. This actually says 96, but it's actually 98. It came out back in 1998. Spider-Boy number 1. Who is Superboy meets Spider-Man in an Alchemy universe, which was fun.
It's Ben Reilly, I think I read.
Oh, it was Ben Reilly. Yes, it was Ben Reilly, Spider-Man. So people are hunting for it. So why not? All right, and then you got some Blue Beetle goodness. Yep. Yeah, I was all in, man. I was all in on it, Steven. Seriously, I really loved it. Meanwhile, Bitten Apple, like, there are such a thing as orange lightsabers. Is that true? I think there are.
Yeah, there's every color of lightsaber, but we haven't seen. There's a lot of colors we haven't seen in live action.
Oh yeah. Oh look, it's Bizarnage. Oh my goodness, Bizarnage. That's a great character name.
Sounds horrible.
Oh, the Alchemy universe. You gotta love it, man. I can't wait to see that live action. You know what I'm saying? All right. So again, we got some more Infinite Crisis, all about Blue Beetle. Again, Blue Beetle number 1 is also here. And number 1 and number 2 happen. Yes, Dark. Imagine we see Dark Claw. I would love to see a Dark Claw. Love me some Dark Claw. I think he's one of the coolest looking characters, right? Makes perfect sense too. Spider-Man number 1. So the cover A is listed at number 2, and cover D, which is the Roberto Ramos cover, is the number 1 book. All right, now that we're on the topic here, let's talk a little bit. So let me get this list. Let me get out of this thing for a second here, so we could talk a little bit more about it. All right, who is Spider-Boy, Josh? Tell me. And tell the world who is Spider-Boy. And we're not talking about the Alchemy. We're talking about this new version. Besides being you.
we are all Spider-Boy because you see what had happened is that in Spider-Man number 7 it's revealed that Spider-Boy is a character that has been Spider-Man's sidekick, Peter Parker's sidekick, for a long time, some unknown amount of time, but everyone has forgotten about him. And so now he's being reintroduced to both the readers and the characters. It's like, hey, I was here the whole time. You just never saw me because I was erased from your memory with a certain blade. So this is not the first time this has happened to a character, right? Or they're introduced as someone that was supposed to be there the whole time.
Is that supposed to be the Sentry? The whole Sentry storyline is that?
Yeah. Yes. It's the Sentry. There's a character in Rick and Morty. They did the same thing where it's like, oh, he was supposed to be there all the time. Yeah, like, wow. So out of all the things,
wow.
Out of if you would have said, like, give me your top 10 guesses of just looking at the cover without reading the story, give me your top 10 guesses as to what's Superboy's origin and everything, that would not have been in my top 10 guesses.
Really?
So, no, they I think, yeah, who knows? And you know, this is a character created by Dan Slott. He's given us characters like Silk.
He's really marketing the crap out of this character. He's like, this is I'm really excited for this is the #1 character I'm excited for. I can't more excited for anything I've ever created. It's like, dude, man, seriously? No. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm never gonna blame anyone for marketing stuff that they're writing. Like, that's part of being a creator. You have to market.
Yeah, which I'm fine with. I'm just curious to see if he fails, if like a year or two, if he becomes a failure. Dan's like, yeah, they were just telling me to say that. You know what I mean? I want to see that happen.
So the other character I think of when I think of like Dan Slott new characters is Alpha, right? You remember Alpha?
Yes, I do remember Alpha.
Where is Alpha now?
There's talk about Alpha, right? There is some talk about Alpha.
I don't think no, I think Alpha's done for reasons.
Yeah, he's now beta. Crossbros Collectibles. I'm in a green screen shop. That's what I call this, the green screen shop. But this is actually the back of Squiggy's dugout. So I like doing that because, of course, for those of you who don't know, it's a little hard. It's a little hard to film because you get to see my entire living room. So that's the reason why you see it. But that's where it is. But welcome aboard, man. Welcome to the show, Cross Bronx. It's good seeing you, man. Let's see here. Who else is there? Oh yeah, I just saw someone else just jumped in. And where is he? I just lost him. I saw him. Now he's gone again. There you go. Couching and slouching with C Bizzle. What's going on, my man? How you doing? Welcome back to the show. We got a lot of stuff. Everybody's chatting now. This chat, I love this chat, guys. This chat's we're having a good time here. Okay, we're currently at 20 people currently watching this. I'm excited. I tell you, man, this book, man, everybody wants this, right? So for those of you who just jumped in, we haven't done the giveaway yet, but I just want to let everybody know what we're doing today. So let me just do a solo. So I'm giving away this one. This is cover A. This is for anyone that is a subscriber. So if you are a subscriber and you said something in the chat or you left a comment in the chat, you automatically qualify for this book, right? However, if you do win and you are a channel member, or if you leave a super chat of any price, I'll leave it like that. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to give me a lot of money. You can put whatever price you have. You will qualify for not the upside down version, but you will qualify for this one, which is they're both signed, but this is cover D. So all you have to do, guys, is you could leave a super chat, or you could subscribe. You could become a channel member, and channel members start as low as 99 cents. So it could be 99 cents, $1.99, $4.99. I suggest you become a member because there are some perks that go along with the membership program. But again, if you leave a super chat, I'll accept it, and you'll qualify for this one as well, guys. So there you have it. There, I see we have a couple of guys who just jumped in. We got Funk Comics 814. What's going on? The Comic Vet, Chris, how you doing, my man? Awesome. I see you guys are there. Let's see what else is. Steve, yes. Let's see. Rick Rap Deadpool team up. Yeah, let's do that, man. Let's make it happen. Who loves Rick Rap? No, Rick Rap didn't have that same love, did he? As Spider-Boy, man.
Rick Rap did not get hyped, but Dan Slott didn't create Rick Rap. And I'll add, at the end of Dark Web, Limbo is just like part of New York City now, or there's like an embassy for Limbo. Yeah. So there's nothing stopping from Rick Rap from hanging out in New York.
welcome, Comet Vet. You are now a YouTube member. Thank you so much. Let's make sure you get these guys. While you're talking, I have to make sure I get these guys' names on this list here so they could be part of this giveaway, because we got 44 people, right? More than 44 people now part of the giveaway. So there's a lot. I see now that we also have Couchin and Slouchy with $2 super chat. Thank you so much, Couchin and Slouchy. You now qualify for the book as well. Congrats. So let's make sure you're in here. So everybody's name is popping up. See, this is what I gotta do. I gotta copy and paste to make sure we get the duck hunt, because we are gonna be hunting today. Well, it's not duck hunting, it's the duck race.
Yes,
we're gonna do the duck race. Yeah, we're gonna do duck hunting just for a different day. All right. Okay, guys. It's now time to talk about our pull list. So we got a lot of stuff a lot of good books are coming out this week. Are you excited for any of the books that are coming out, Josh?
I am very excited.
Okay, you said that a little.
Can't wait.
All right, let's do this. And here we go. We got our pull list for today. Just when you think Marvel had to take a deep breath, Marvel has 18 titles this week. What do you think, Josh?
Yeah, no, it's about that time of year. We're going to start to see the number of books being released picking up.
Yeah, so 18 titles over at Marvel Comics. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about it. Starting with Guardians of the Galaxy. We got a no number one with look, I misspelled Guardians. I wrote Guardians of the Galaxy. Welcome, Dr. Van Hoot. Welcome to the channel stream. You are now part of the membership program. Thank you so much. All right. Guardians of the Galaxy. All right. That's the best typo I've ever done. All right. Is this supposed to be a Western? Did you see anything about this book being a Western-like book?
I am all over this book. So
okay, talk to me. Tell me what makes you so excited for this book, because you are super excited.
These designs are off the chain, and like I feel like every year I'm blessed with a new Gamora design, and they just keep like it's great. I live in the greatest time in the world, but this story is about something called Groot Fall. Groot Fall. What is Groot Fall? Not sure. One of the covers has him like hovering over the planet like he's going to destroy it. And so if you're ready for Groot to become the big bad villain in a Western Guardians of the Galaxy setting, this book is for you.
All right. So there's a couple of covers. I will share with you one of the covers that I'm absolutely guaranteed to get. All right. I'll tell you later. Captain America Cold War Alpha #1. This is the start of I guess a crossover event within the Captain America books. So this kicks it off. Do you know anything about the Captain America books? Because I haven't read it, but I heard a lot of good things about them.
No, I have issue 1 for Sentinel Liberty, and I just haven't read it.
So it says here, well, obviously this is the start of the Cold War. The revolution starts here. Bucky Barnes is the Outer Circle New Revolution. He has enacted his deadliest move yet, an alliance with Sam Wilson's nemesis, the White Wolf. When Steve Rogers' adopted son Ian, aka Nomad, is abducted by someone Steve thought was a friend, he suspects Bucky's hand at work and calls upon the people who knows Ian best, Sam Wilson, Sharon Carter, and Misty Knight, to help him get to the bottom of the attack. Has Bucky finally gone too far? No, you never go too far. It's comics. Why has Nomad been taken? Because it wouldn't have been a good story if he wasn't. And what does it have to do with the portal to Dimension Z? That came out of nowhere. Dimension Z is now part of this? Okay, opening over a secret battleground in Alaska. The symbol of truth and the sentinel of liberty reunite for a pulse-pounding crossover event that will make them question everything they believe in and each other.
Wow.
Things will never be the same.
I'm excited that Nomad's around. Nomad's like
well, you got Nomad, you got Bucky, you got Misty Knight, you got Sharon Carter. That actually sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it could be good.
All right. But Evil's like, pass.
Evil's like, this comic is not evil. Pass.
It's not evil enough. All right, it's worth checking out. I'll pick it up. It's first part, so might as well. And I hear good stuff about the Captain America title. So yeah, and yeah, Nomad, man. How can we forget Nomad? I always loved Nomad. He was always a cool character.
Nomad reminds me of the guy from Roadhouse.
Really?
The movie, yeah.
Okay, that's a movie that goes back, man. That's before your time.
Yeah, no, it's on HBO Max. You can go watch it right now.
All right, cool. Nomad, I always like Nomad because they did this whole, Lone Wolf and Cub type of story with Nomad. They always had like the baby. I always like that. So
yeah,
that would be cool. All right, next book is Marvel's Voices Spider-Verse #1. So we couldn't get the Edge of Spider-Verse comic book, which will come out soon. There is talks about that book coming out because we are going to get a story. But we're going to get Marvel Voices, Edge of Spider-Verse, and this is going to have a whole bunch of different types of stories. We're going to have a Miles story. We're going to have Spider-Punk, Web Weaver, all that. Miles Morales, Spider-Man issue #5. That also comes out this week. Moon Knight 22, featuring Tigra. Tigra! Yes, this is a character I want to see live action one day.
Okay.
See Tigra live action. I don't know why. I just want to see her live action.
Do you want her to be like Cheetah in Wonder Woman 1984?
No, I want her to be Tiger. I want her to be Tiger, man. Wow. You know what I mean? We don't get enough Tiger, man. We got to give Tiger some love. All right. Fantastic Four issue #6, which is leading up to anniversary issue. All right. That's coming up pretty soon. So we got some Doom in Fantastic Four coming up. So who knows what we're going to get here. This story is called Shot in the Dark. It's issue 699, the Legacy 699. So we're going to get issue 700 come next month. I'm willing to come back to Fantastic Four. I wasn't crazy about the stories, but I hear people saying that the story is good.
Right.
So I'm willing to come back.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, just for the covers, man. The Alex Ross covers in the Fantastic Four books are amazing.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we have Carnage issue #12. That's a pretty sick cover. I like that cover. All right. And I think that's Captain America, or kind of hard to tell. Is that Captain? Let me see here. Yep, that's Captain America.
Oh boy.
Captain America and Miles. Ooh, he beating them two up. That's cool. All right. And you have X-Men 21 is also coming out. The Brood. I'm saying the Broad. All right. Captain Marvel 48. Storm and the Brotherhood of Mutants issue #3. X-23 Deadly Regenesis issue #2. Silver Surfer Ghostlight issue #3. You liking that story so far? Did you get your issue 2?
I got.
Did you finally get?
I got my issue 1. I sold them because
guys, he reads and sells. That's how he does it.
That's how I keep the collection lean and my pockets green.
I just ran out of space. I literally ran out of space, Josh. I have no more space.
Well, let's talk.
I'm gonna do a dollar bidding whatnot show pretty soon. So
yeah.
I'm gonna sell some books for $1.
Let's set it up.
All right. Bloodline Daughter of Blade issue #3. Then we got Predator issue #2. I see some people in the chat that were excited for some Predator. So I'm hearing good things about the Predator story. So I don't really read Predator. So who knows? You know, if you guys like it, that's cool. Now let's get into the Star Wars stuff. Starting with the book everyone has to get, and that's Star Wars Ewok. Move over, Jar Jar Binks. These are the original.
Ewoks are no joke, right? So
you don't mess with Ewok. Look at that guy. He looks tough.
The Ewoks, you don't really see stormtroopers losing to non-main characters often, but the Ewoks actually won a war against the stormtroopers, and then they ate them.
And then they ate them.
Yeah. What do you think they were cooking at the end of the movie?
Never looked at it from that perspective.
Oh, you didn't know that? Yeah. The Ewoks. No, but remember when they caught Luke? What did they do? They tried to cook him.
They tried to cook. Oh, that's right. Oh, wow. They're that rough.
Ewoks are no joke.
Oh, wow. So Evil's Comics, he's loving Aliens and Predator. All right, cool. That's good to hear. All right. And okay, talk to me about High Republic.
Not much to say, man. It's just,
not much to say.
Yeah, You know,
Okay, so let's move on.
Get the trade, everyone. Get the trade.
Get the trade. All right, so we got Star Wars, Dr. Aphra, and Bounty Hunters, both coming out this week.
So, I don't want to spoil it, but you got to get these books. You got to get both of them. Let's do it.
I have to.
Well, you and everyone watching, yeah. So, Dr. Aphra versus Darth Vader. They had a fight in Crimson Empire. No, Hidden Empire #5. This cover seems to suggest their showdown is not finished. Okay. And then Bounty Hunters. Is that the new cover? I think it is.
Yeah, it's Bounty Hunter. But look what Manny the Hobgoblin Collector is saying. Ewoks, if you can't give them water, they multiply. I think you got the wrong franchise.
No. It's that you can't feed them after midnight. That's what you can't do.
Well, that's also what he said. But that Dr. Aphra book, that cover looks nice. I have to admit that cover does look nice.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right, so moving on, let's go to DC. We got DC, another light week for DC. 10 titles for DC.
The calm before the storm.
That's what you want to say? Okay, all right, we'll see. All right, let's see what we got here. We got Lazarus Planet, Revenge of the Gods, issue #3. All right, a story that just won't end. Superman.
It's almost done.
Yeah, and then we get Lazarus World, followed by Lazarus Universe, and then followed by the Lazarus Obligation.
They definitely keep mentioning it though. Like, what was this DC book I was reading? They're like, oh yeah, blah blah blah. Like people have more powers now because of Lazarus Planet. So it's like this plot point. I think even if they don't have a Lazarus book, it'll keep coming up over the next year.
Yeah, it's gonna be the story that just won't end. All right. Then we got Superman Lost issue #2. I'm looking forward to this book. Issue #1 wasn't so bad. It started the story that he's been missing for several years, not even for a short time. So I'm curious. This cover looks pretty cool. I kind of like that white with gold look right there for Superman. He has this Apollo feel from the Authority. So I'm interested in seeing what that's about. You know. Then we have Multiversity. Harley Quinn screws up the DCU issue 2. There's a variant cover that I'm interested in picking up for this book. I got the first one. I didn't read it yet, but oh well, it's Harley Quinn. It's not much to read, right? When it comes to Harley Quinn, I think people mostly cover by when it comes to Harley Quinn. I'm sorry to say, guys. All right. Then you have Danger Street issue #5. Batman: The Avengers Continue season 3 issue 4. These have been having some really cool covers. This one's is that supposed to be Two-Face? I mean, it's hard to tell.
Could be.
Let me see. I'm gonna get a close-up shot. No, it's just some politician. All right, that's all. Oh, no, that's Straight Man. I'm not kidding. That is Straight Man. That's the name of this character.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh well. Batman Incorporated issue #7. We got Professor Pig, who always freaks me out. That is one character I never like looking at. Professor Pig. I'm like, oh, he's a freaky character.
Yeah.
Right. And Wildcats issue #6. Also for DC Comics, Nightmare Country. The Glass House issue #1. We're gonna continue that Nightmare Country storyline. I read the first series. I enjoyed it. I didn't get to finish it yet, but it's coming out. Mad Magazine, Alfie Seltzer, and of course the book everybody has to get, Batman and Scooby-Doo Mysteries. This is not the end yet. We've still got plenty of issues left for it, right?
They're gonna make it into an ongoing. I just know it.
You just know it. Well, this is 7 of 12.
Oh. Who pitched this book? They're like, hey, I have an idea for 12 issues of Batman and Scooby-Doo.
The same guy who made Velma?
No.
I'm just saying.
You know, Velma's getting a season 2.
I know, and nothing else.
We'll see.
There was supposed to be a Scooby-Doo Crypto movie. Like
yeah. You told me.
And they canceled it, man. How can you cancel Scooby-Doo and Crypto? That would have been awesome, man.
Because they hate dogs.
Yes, going back to the dogs thing. Okay, we're moving on. We're moving on. Moving on to Image Comics. Image has a whopping 18 titles. This is between Image, Skybound, and now Miller World as well. So we do have a lot of books coming out for Image. Let's talk a little bit about some that are coming out. There's actually one #1 for Image, believe it or not. Everything else is like a different story and stuff like that. Oh no. You sure that's not Marlboro Matt saying we need more Scrappy? If there's anything we don't need, and that is Scrappy. Puppy Power is terrible. Did you like Scrappy, Josh?
I don't. Who is Scrappy? I don't know what that is.
He was Scooby-Doo's nephew.
I have never seen any. I don't know.
Really? Oh my goodness! You gotta.
Scrappy?
You definitely gotta check out Scrappy Doo. Anyway, moving on. We got the only #1 book that's coming out from Image is the Giant Kokaju #1. I'm not sure how to say it properly, but it's supposed to be like mech and kaiju book. So interesting, worth checking out, I guess. The book that is the final issue of 8 Billion Genies is out this week. I can't wait to see this book. This is the 8 centuries later story.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really excited to see that. So can't wait to see that. Yeah, it's gonna be it's a big one for me. So I can't wait for that. There's some really cool variant covers for the book as well. Phantom Road issue #2. I read issue #1 and I was like, okay, that's all I got from it. Okay, yeah, just like Comic Fight. It was a quick read. It was simple, nothing too crazy. It's about a trucker. He's driving and somehow he sees something on the road and takes him to a different dimension. That's it. That's the story. But it's Jeff Lemire, so with Jeff Lemire, you never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Right. Monarch issue. Genre. Yeah. Monarch issue 3 is also out this week. Then we have Spawn 340 with the most Alex Ross cover you've ever seen. That's not Alex Ross. Dirts, you're my Spawn guy. Who is this guy? He looks like he's a failed new god.
He looks like a Green Lantern.
No, he looks like a new god to me, man. Like something out of the Kirby verse. I'm not sure, man. Dirts would know this character, if anything. He actually looks like a bald Undertaker.
Is the Undertaker like mostly bald?
No, he's still got his hair. He's still got something going on up there.
All right.
Okay, it's the return of one of the old characters who died. Isn't that what all of Spawn is?
Pretty sure everyone in Spawn is dead.
Everybody in Spawn is dead. Okay. Oh, so he uses the suit to steal Spawn. That's why it's green. It's Spawn's kryptonite suit. All right. Noctera issue #13. Radiant Black 23. Little Monsters 12. All right. Evil likes Noctera. Yeah, Noctera is pretty cool. Tony Daniels' art is pretty solid in this book. All right. Nemesis Reload issue 4. Of course, you know I'm picking that up. And of course, I'm picking up the Ambassadors. Mark Miller's work has been, I've been enjoying it. I've been enjoying the art of Jorge Jimenez. The Ambassadors is now going to feature the art of Carl Kessel, which I'm apprehensive to say the least about his artwork because I've never been crazy about Carl Kessel's artwork. But I'm looking forward to it. So I'm definitely picking that up. Black Cloak issue #4. This fell off on the first issue, so I stopped reading it. Dark Ride took a hiatus, and now it's coming back. And yes, it does have some. There's a Moana. No, it's not a Moana. Is it Moana? It's Mulan, not Moana. It's a Mulan cover for Dark Ride. They're doing a Mulan cover, so that's that. All right. All right. You're all missing out on Dark Ride if you're not reading it. Well, I'm telling you, man, I got some of the books. All right, moving on. Chroma issue #4. All Against All issue #5. Hexware 5 and 2 Graves issue #6. Those are all coming out. Then we have Stoneheart, Emma Kubert, Stoneheart issue 2. Did you pick up Stoneheart 1, Josh?
I did. I sold it.
Did you like it at least?
It was not my favorite book. No.
Yeah. I didn't get it, and then I heard that it wasn't all that, and I was like, okay, so I'm passing on it.
there's some good things, but there's a lot of issues as well.
Well, there's only 2 issues.
No, but yeah. Okay. Thank you for that. Can we talk about Packlist?
What is Packlist? Because apparently there's 6 issues, and where all these issues came from?
Packlist is an anthology written by one person, and that person also does the art, and that person is Dustin Weaver.
Oh, okay.
Dustin Weaver, you gotta go check out his stuff.
Dustin Weaver is amazing.
He's great, but his work has a million tiny little lines in it, and it takes him a long time. So Packlist comes out once a quarter or every so often, and it's up to issue 6. I think it's like 48 pages of story, and it is 100% worth picking up.
Yeah, no, just for the art alone. If anybody hasn't seen Dustin Weaver's work, his artwork in Shield. Remember, Shield was gorgeous. The book was kind of weird, but the artwork is beautiful. Look up Dustin Weaver's artwork. It is beautiful. It is so detailed. That's what I got to say about his work. Super detailed, worth checking out. It is definitely worth it. Good interior work. All right. So now let's go over with our indie books. The remainder of our indie books. Boom Studios has 3. Scott has 3. IDW has 3. Vault has 4. Dark Horse has 6 titles. And Dynamite is lonely at 2 again. But keep in mind, especially when it comes to indie titles, they may be there. They may not be there. It's all depending on what happens. So we do have some holdovers from last week that are up for this week. And we'll talk a little bit more about the other indie books that are on their way. Baraya was a holdover from last week. It's now scheduled to come out this week, issue 4. Know Your Station. A lot of people like this book. It's a tight story. I heard a lot of good things. The Seasons Have Teeth. That title alone is interesting. So I'm definitely curious for it. There's a David Mack cover for this book that is gorgeous. We'll look at it in a little bit. So that's coming out this week from Boom Studios. From Scott Comics, these are some holdovers from last week as well. All the Devils Are Here, issue number 1. And Kitsune, I believe it is, issue number 2. And Mechaton, which is also scheduled for this week. We'll see. IDW, we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Ugadi Jimbo. Yojimbo, Where, When, issue number 1. I'm sorry, I can't get the names right. And then you have Star Trek issue number 6 and Star Trek Defiant issue number 2. All right. For Vault Comics, a lot of people like Vault. Barbaric Hell to Pay issue number 3. West of the Sundown issue number 10. N After N issue 6. Nightfall double feature issue number 3. Vault has some pretty good books, man. Vault definitely does. Barbaric has always been one of those good books. And After N is pretty good too. Okay. Dark Horse, we have 6 titles from Dark Horse. I'm picking this one up. I don't care because my family, all they do now is watch the Great British Bake Off. So I want to know, what is the Great British Bump Off?
Well, a bump off is to murder someone. So this seems like some sort of murder competition in England.
In England? Yes. Yeah. I'm definitely picking this up. Guaranteed I'm picking this up. Space Job issue number 3 is out, and Clear issue number 2. You've been reading Space Job, right?
Space Job is one of the funniest books coming out month to month. Everyone should get Space Job.
And if you haven't been reading Clear, man, Clear is awesome, man. I love the concept of Clear. It's very much, it's very much it's a murder mystery, but it's set in a world like Ready Player One. So it's all about VR. All right. Also from Dark Horse Comics, you have Masters of the Universe, the Masterverse issue 3, Assassin's Apprentice issue number 5, and White Savior issue number 4. Yep, absolutely. It is definitely Ready Player One vibes. That's the whole idea. Dr. Von intrigued by Bump Off could be. I think it's going to be a fun book. I honestly think it's going to be a fun book. So I'm looking forward to that book. Okay. Then we have Antarctic Press, Gold Digger 297, Jungle Comics 14, and Cora Raptor issue number 5, all coming out from Antarctic Press. Over in Comixology Originals, you got Retroverse issue number 5, Breakland Season 3, issue number 1. And in Dynamite 007 for King and Country, issue number 1. And Mad Balls versus Garbage Pail Kids, Time Again, Slime Again, issue number 3. All right, we're moving a little quickly because we could do this little duck race, right? All right, Ablaze, Children of the Black Sun. A lot of people love that book, man. And Traveling to Mars, another book that a lot of people like as well. Both of from Blaze Comics. Blaze always has some good books, man. I'll admit to that. Blaze has some good books. And over in Opus, you have Zito the Omniscient, well, the Omnipotent, issue number 1. I'm curious about that book. And a holdover from last week, Frank Frazero's Tales of Science and Fantasy, issue number 1. Yep. There you go. Comics by the Bay. He loves his Black Sun. All right. And then we have some single issues that are coming out from our indies, starting with Blood Moon Comics. They're going to get Horn of Arcs number 1. That was scheduled for last week. It's now coming out this week. Aftershock Maniac of New York. Don't call it a comeback, issue number 2. Ahoy Comics, The Gimmick number 2. And over in Mad Cave Studios, Exorcists Never Die. And we have from Merc Publishing, Born of Blood, issue number 6. Sumerian, Never Ender, The Final Duel, issue number 1. Oh, there's another typo there. Griffin, right? It's a Griffin Galaxy's Most Wanted, issue number 1 from Whatnot Publishing. I'm sure there'll be 1,000,001 covers for that one. And in AEW, Upshot, Red Zone, issue number 2. Look at that. Black Sun will make you feel dirty for reading it, but you'll want more. I don't know if I want to read it now. I did read the first issue. I like the concept. All right. Over at Evil Inc. Comics, you have My Brother's Blood Machine number 5. Zenscope has Cinderella versus Queen of Hearts, issue number 1. And from American Mythology Productions, Legend Fail number 1. And finally, to wrap things up, you have Fair Square Comics with Blood, Love, Ghosts, and Deadly Spell number 1. And from Silver Sprocket, Sleepwalking number 1. And of course, Heavy Metal Magazine by Heavy Metal Magazine, issue 320. I'm shocked that there's only 320 issues of Heavy Metal Magazine. I feel like there should be more.
That might be the collected.
Possibly. It might be that, it might be how they ship it now. It's not monthly anymore. It's probably more of a quarterly now.
Yeah.
But Heavy Metal's been around since as long as I can remember. All right. Those are your books for this week. Hey, look at I gotta change the stream. There we go. A lot of good stuff, man. All right. So we got some books here. Let's go ahead and showcase some of the books there because I know everybody's waiting, man, and I want to get to the other show as well because there is another show. So let's get the picture. All right, so let's go ahead and show this list off. I'm going to start with my list right now. And with that said, I'm going to, again, I like to do the variants. So I'm going to show you the variants I thought were cool. Not to mention 8 Billion Genies. It's already on my pull list. I'm going to take that. Star Wars Return of the Jedi is the Ewok number 1, the Peach Momoko cover. Look at that, how cute that Peach Momoko cover is.
I don't even know what kind of animal it is, but I'm getting this one as well.
It's a Morse. I don't know. It's like a horse mixed with I don't know. It's a horse-like character, man. That's all you got to say. They can never have an actual character, so I'll have a horse-like character. All right. And yes, I have to pick me up a Guardians of the Galaxy number 1 movie variant of Adam Warlock. How could I not, dude? I have to. I have to. It's a must. If it's not, if it's Adam Warlock, I have to pick it up. You know what I mean? All right. But also the Scotty Young cover, which is also a cute little cover there, as you can see there. Check out the Seasons Have Teeth, number 1. Look at that David Mack cover. Right? And Griffin, Galaxy's Most Wanted, they're taking a bite out of Star Trek with that cover. And Lazarus Planet, Revenge of the Gods, the 1 in 25 Mike Choa cardstock. That Wonder Woman. That is a tight Wonder Woman. Mm-hmm. Right? Marvel Voices, the 1 in 10 John Gian cover, it's Spider-Punk. Mm-hmm. And 8 Billion Genies, of course, the Super Mario's cover. issue number
Yes.
1. So those are the books I'm picking up from there. Let me go ahead and remove that one, and let's show your screen. I'll do your books here, and we'll pick Josh's picks. Over at your picks, let's see what you got. So you're picking the Ambassadors, 8 Billion Genies, Nemesis. You already mentioned Packless,
Mm-hmm.
Silver Surfer, Space Job, Bounty Hunters. Oh, there goes that Bounty Hunters. There goes that cover.
We took a break, but finally we're getting more anniversary covers.
There you go. Dr. Afra. Oh, you actually picked the Peach Momoka cover?
Yes. Gotta get this one.
And there's the Sprouse cover there. You also picked the Ewoks book. And finally, Guardians of the Galaxy. And you also took the Scotty Young cover. All right, cool.
Yep.
All right. Okay, everybody. It's finally that time. All right. It's that time of day where we're going to do our giveaway. All right. And this is your final chance, guys, to make sure. I know everybody that's commented already qualifies for this book right here, cover A for Spider-Man 7. So if you win this, if you are a subscriber and you left your comment, this is the book you're going to get. For channel members or anybody who left a super chat, it's going to be cover D. So if you leave a super chat of any amount, you will qualify for winning this one. So I'm giving you guys this opportunity to put in a super chat or to become a channel member. I really appreciate it because everything you give to me, I'm actually going to give back to the community in some way or fashion because I have to get more books. I went to Midtown Outlet yesterday. I got me a stack like that of comics. And all those comics are going. What was that?
You said you had no more space.
No, those comics are leaving me. I'm not staying with them. They're going. There's some fun books in there. So they're gone. You know, they're going to go to channel members. I'm going to give them to channel members. So they're all going to go there. So channel members will get some of these books. So let's go ahead and get this race going. So, all right. So I got 46 entries, guys. 46 entries.
Oh, boy. Gonna be a lot of ducks in this race.
There's gonna be a lot of ducks in this race. So let me just get this thing ready here to go. So it's been set up for 1 minute. Let's see here. Make sure I get the start now button ready. And
so the way duck races work is it's gonna seem as if someone's in the lead, and then at the last second they're gonna lose. That's how these things are.
All right. So I'm getting this set up. So let's see here. Duck race. Let's see here. Where I'm supposed to hit. I set it up, but where's that start button?
We put it on screen first.
Well, yeah, I'm trying to put it on the screen so I could get the names up. Okay. It's loading. Okay, I got the names. I gotta put the names in again. I know I did. Comment Vet was doing the same thing, Comment Chris, but thankfully for me, I put all the names on a list already. Oh no, not all the names. I gotta put the names down the list again. So I gotta make sure I get everybody in this list, guys. So while I do that, let me make sure I get everybody here because this is very important. Duck races are important. So let's do this. Get him in there. All right. So now we got that. Who else do we have? We got Evil. Evil's in here. I believe so. There's 46 in total. The Comic Vet was another one.
Quick, everyone, inject your ducks with steroids.
Get your ducks in order, guys. Get your ducks in order. We're about to get crazy here. Let's see here. I know there was a couple of other people that we had to make sure get in there. In there, Stephen Hayner. Got to get Stephen Hayner in there. Got name in there. Okay, Stephen Hayner's in. Who else we got to get in?
Speaking of races, I'll show off the books that I just got.
Do it. Well, I get this ready.
Superman. This is the third race of Superman and the Flash. This is a newsstand copy. I just got this book in the mail, but it's not staying here. It's going up for sale on my Whatnot show, which is every Tuesday at 9:30 p.m. So if you're looking for some I just got a whole new collection in the mail that I picked up. It's literally nothing but copper aged newsstand copies of stuff, like 100% top to bottom. There's Mark Jewelers in there. There's Superman. There's X.
You got Mark Jewelers? Look at that.
I got a couple of books with Mark Jewelers in them. Yep. I was going
Wow.
through. You know, when you buy a collection online, you don't really know what you're getting until you get it, right? so that was a lot of fun. And we're putting it all up for sale tomorrow night. Whatnot, 9:30.
Awesome. All right. I think I'm almost ready. We have 46. All right. So now we got this ready. Now let's set the clock for 1 minute. It's set. Okay. The race is going to start. So now let's go ahead and get this race ready, guys. You guys are ready for a race? Let's do this. Let's get this race on. Okay. The race is ready to go. And it's on. Let's see what's going on here.
So
do you guys
small.
hear it? Are you hearing it?
Yes, we hear the ducks.
Okay. Oh, look, Comic Vet, man. He's in the lead. He looks like. Oh, wait. Who's that? Oh, no. Now we got this penguin duck. Jorge Pacheco is there. Look at that. Cole's Comic Claim. Look at he's in the lead. Mr. Diamondtron. I think he's gonna like make a. Oh, look at Collecting with Dirts. Collecting with Dirts is moving quickly. Look at that.
The late overtakers.
Why does Nathan look like Donald Trump? And he's leading. Of course he would. He found some votes. Look at that. He found some votes.
Duck Trump. No, I told you.
Wait, S. Vaughn 82. Wait, Steve Hayner is now. Oh, wait. There goes Lean Green Machine, and we got him.
That was amazing.
Oh my God, Lean Green Machine, the winners of the book, and he wins. He's gonna win this book, the Spider-Man Cover A book.
Can you turn off the ducks?
You don't want to hear the duck sounds?
No.
Come on, the Ducks win it, man. Lean Green Machine, this is your book, man. Congratulations. Hit me up in IG so you can claim this book so I can get your information. For those of you who know Lean Green, let him know that he won. That way I could try to make sure we find it, but we'll definitely leave it in the comments to make sure that he has the books. All I'm hearing is the duck now. I'm gonna turn this off for a second. All right. So you mentioned Whatnot, right? So we gotta make sure we throw in our Whatnot. So again, we give $15 credit for anyone who's new to Whatnot. Make sure you scan the QR code and you'll have access to it. Also, for those of you who need your shipping supplies, you go to bcwsupplies.com. Enter promo code Izzyverse for 10% off. ComicXposure, however, you get 15% off your comics if you use promo code Izzyverse. And of course, finally, use the promo code Izzyverse10 for 10% off for Big Time Collectibles, in which I do have something coming in the mail very soon from Big Time Collectibles that I think is going to be for next month's big reveal. So once that book comes in, I'll let you guys know, and it's definitely coming from Big Time Collectibles, and it's going to be a giveaway book. So this is going to be for channel members or anybody that's going to leave for the super chat. So, Josh, where can we find you?
I have a link tree. It is a Linktree/Josh Cabrera. You can find all my socials and my Whatnots on there.
All right, and your Whatnots tomorrow at what time?
9:30 p.m. Eastern.
9:30 p.m. You have Josh's Whatnot. Go check our next show. There's another show going on right as we speak, right? S. Vaughn's show's happening next. He's gonna have a really cool. He has a guest on his show, I believe. I want to make sure I get it. Also, you got a few nerd dads. Nick's Kicks Comics is happening right now, so you can go check them out there, as well as Benton Apple. So S. Vaughn 82 is having Comic Book Addicts with TM Nerdy. So go check out those great shows. Thank you for watching the Izzyverse. Really appreciate it. It was a great show. Thank you for having us. We'll see you next time. And I just want to share some of the channel members. that signed up. So with that said, guys, I'll see you next time. Excelsior.